Hey there, everybody. Tonsil with Basecamp Trading. It is Monday, October 1st, and we're going to take a look really quick here at crude oil, and more specifically what's been happening the past couple of days, Friday of last week and then into today, because this was a setup we'd been watching in the trading room that played out really well, and we talked about it briefly last week with the pennant breakout, and then this week it's followed through so far today very, very nicely. Now, one thing I want to point out here is, remember last week we talked about looking at longer time frames and seeing shorter time frame setups trigger into bigger time frames, and the bigger the time frame it triggers, the bigger the expected move, right? So with crude oil, for example, we went all the way from this 120-minute pennant breakout here on Friday, and that triggered at the same time the daily bull flag, which also triggered the first flag on dailies after the pennant breakout, which led into the resistance break at the pivot high, and then led into a bull flag that triggered on the 240s last night or this morning, and this has just continued to climb since then. But my point is, we went all the way from a shorter time frame, intraday time frame, out to these longer intraday time frames, dailies and weeklies where we're breaking through resistance, and even monthlies that are coming up off of last month's, or not last month, but August's hammer, and then into the bull flag that triggered last month and then is following through this month. So you have a lot of different stuff that lined up here, and when you get all those different things lining up, that's when you catch these really big moves one way or the other. And remember, we talked about this as well last week, using the Renko charts and using the Trender Pro to stay in for these bigger moves. You can see here, for example, if you jumped down the resistance break, that compression breakout this morning, and down around 74, you'd still be holding on to this because it stayed bullish all day today, all the way to the upside, except for this one brief period here where we went neutral, which you would have just pulled your stop just below that bar and stayed fine. But gone all the way up, and here we are at 75.60, $1,500, $1,600 a contract later, and we've stayed bullish. So my point here, though, is make sure you pay attention to your longer time frames, even if you are a day trader, because that helps you know when to stay on for a bigger move as opposed to take profits early. Alrighty, so that's it for today. Don't forget, check out in the description. You can come join us in the trading room, see how these setups play out, see how we talk about them, and how we enter the trades and trade them throughout the day every day. It's a $7 trial for an entire month. So that's down in the description below. And until next time, everybody, subscribe and happy trading.